A son of the former Serere County Member of Parliament, Patrick Okabe, has been tipped to succeed his father, who, together with his wife, Christine, perished in a grisly motor accident a week ago. At the burial on Saturday, the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Thomas Tayebwa, assured mourners of the NRM party support.
So, my brother Omar comes with my support, and not only just supporting him as an individual. With Emma, we shall come back and we complete the projects of Honorable Okabe.
Understandably, the NRM had by the time not taken a decision to provide the support. However, Rogers Mulindwa, a senior information manager at the NRM Secretariat, believes it is a moral thing to do.
It is the Democratic Party that started this kind of idea. Because the voters would say, now that an accident has crushed him, why don't we still give out this chance to a family member so that they can be able to complete the term?
Political pundits vehemently disagree with what has become a culture of sorts.
All that defeats the purpose for which Parliament exists. Because Parliament is not a social club. Parliament is not any other ordinary job. But even in ordinary jobs, you can't say your father has been a CEO. Maybe by extension that will begin happening. Because where is the difference between Museveni's son, who says my father has been a president, when he goes, I must be the one to take over?
This practice is common in autocracies and emerging dictatorships, and it's not surprising. If you analyze what has happened from that time of Katakwi, NRM has controlled the narrative to say, no, people voted for the father, let the child complete that tenure.
Children and relatives of former MPs have ended up in Parliament in this manner, the latest being Andrew Olanya, whose father was the Speaker of Parliament, Jacob Olanya, who died in March. The Democratic Party fronted Veronica Nanyondo for the Bukomansimbi parliamentary seat to replace her sister, Susan Namaganda, who died following a road accident.
They look at the sympathy vote. If you look at Nebanda, when Nebanda died, I think the sister was fronted and she won. Sometimes you ride on the mood of the electorate.
See, the trouble with our constitution is that it makes it mandatory to hold a by-election in case of death within 21 days. I am looking at the next opportunity when we are changing the constitution, and I will make an amendment. An amendment to the effect that if an MP has died, elections should be held within 4 or 6 months. The idea is that death must not be exploited at all.
The pundits say this extension of rule could be the case with President Museveni's family.
President Museveni has promoted this narrative of hereditary succession, even at micro levels, in preparation for his family and his own succession, after removing the safeguards in our constitution.
NRM leaders have argued in favor of the process, with they call a form of a democracy, arguing that a consensus is reached by the party leadership to avoid a competitive process that would weaken cohesion but also save resources and time. What is common, though, is that in a majority of the cases, those elected under the circumstance never make it back to the political offices. Jackson Onyango, NTV.